Hi, I'm Lisa, a practicing liminal witch and tarot reader with over 28 years experience in helping people find guidance through the cards. On this channel I talk about all sorts of witchy, spooky and mystical things that interest me and I hope will interest you too. Welcome to Beyond Authentic. I'm here. There we go. Hello, good evening everybody. Welcome to Beyond Authentic. We're going to be doing some tarot reading today. So yes, hello. Let me just have a wee look at who is here already. By the way, thank you. I am a little bit late. Thank you to the mods for letting everyone know. I just had to do my mascara and also see whether we're actually recording audio because we haven't been. Yeah, it's been a thing. Anyway, good evening to Sarah, good evening to Holland, good evening to Patricia, good evening to Faith. You all right, love? Oh, good evening to Rufus. Ooh, good evening to Neil, good evening to Aisha or Aisha. Good evening. I think I've said hello to everybody who's here right now. If you're joining us, do please come and say hello in their live chat. Let us know where you are coming in from, where you are where you are in their big wide world. I can't speak today. We've just had a members only live stream where I've got some really lovely ideas actually for new content for January. Can you believe, right? Hang on, what is it? Come on, brain. 15 days. No. 17 days it will be 2025. Good evening, Ed. Is that right? Is that yeah, no, that is right. 17 days it'll be 2025. It's bonkers, isn't it? Isn't it bonkers? Can you believe that in 6 days time it is winter solstice? I know, right? Winter solstice already, and of course in 10 days time it is their Christmas. Just bonkers. Time is absolutely flying. Anyway, just in case you didn't know, I can very occasionally, well, look.
YouTube tarot reader Lisa Lee has been found using bad language during her twice weekly live streams. In a shocking turn of events, it has also been discovered that she will not tell you what you want to hear, only what you need to know. The internet is in collective shock that authenticity is alive and well in this corner of the YouTube meta space. Do not watch if you are easily offended.
Yes, indeed, I do occasionally use the odd adult word. I try not to, especially in the first little bit of the stream, because YouTube particularly hates that. And also, oh no, hold on everybody, bear with, there we go, and then that needs to go back ever so slightly to where it was. There we go. Also, you know, like this, I've just sat on my chair differently. I've got my foot under my chair, so if you hear any squeaking then that honestly was the chair, it wasn't me. You know that specific word, the C word. Well, us Brits love that word. It's a very British, like you can use it to describe almost anybody in lots of different situations. I've even got a tarot deck. It's actually just there with that word in it. But YouTube hates it and will absolutely strike me down with lightning and all sorts of nastiness. So yes, that's why we try not to use too many swears. You're walking a fluffy woofer on the moon. On the moon. That's good. That's good. The tarot deck. Yes. Now I did a thing. I've got a list. Guess how many tarot decks I've got? Guess how many I've got? I haven't got anywhere near as many as Patricia. It turns out I have 83 now, tarot decks. 83 tarot decks in my collection. Good evening, Ellis. I hope you are well, my friend. I really, really do. 83 decks. That is more than anybody needs. Now I'm way beyond 50. Good Lord. More than anybody actually needs, more than I've used, more than I am so far behind in reviews. It is ridiculous. But I was going to say I'm going to commit to not buying any more next year, but I'm not at all. I'm going to buy plenty more decks because I really enjoy owning them. And whether or not I get to play with them or not on the live streams, it doesn't really matter because I enjoy having them. It is mental. It is mental. I mean, but you are talking to the person that had over 100 eyeshadow palettes. You know what I mean? Do you know? Do you see what I'm getting at? Right? Not that I have a collecting issue. I mean, not that I believe in clutter or anything like that. But what, you have 2 eyeshadow palettes. Listen, if you ever want any eyeshadow palettes, right, let me know your color scheme. I can have them to you in 2 days postage. Seriously, and you can have them for free. I've got so much. I think I can't even get to the drawers, but just over there are some drawers that still have tons of eyeshadow palettes in, and I also have some new ones that I bought because they were in the sale. I know it is a problem. It's a problem. You've got 1 deck plus that doesn't get used. You've got 2 tarot decks and some oracle decks. Well, technically, some of those decks that I have are oracle decks. So yeah. You don't need eyeshadow, only makes your eyes water. Yeah, well, I know lots of folks that wear eyeshadow and wear it for all sorts of reasons. Talking about eyeshadow, you couldn't see it before. Look. I've got little red dots just on the outside of my eyes, so they look a little bit like holly leaves, even though I haven't done any holly leaves. It was just, I was like, let's just put a little bit of red on, but that's cool. You use your runes quite a lot. Ed, we are going to have to talk to you on one of the podcast episodes about your growing Viking, runic, Norseman type practice. We absolutely are. Well, you see, I'm absolutely not a collector because I'm only buying mass market decks. I do not see the point in spending hundreds of pounds on a deck, right? I will wait until it becomes mass market and I will purchase it for my £25 or whatever it is, unless I can find them secondhand, in which case I will purchase them secondhand or whatever. I will absolutely not go and spend anything more than £30 on a deck. There's one deck in particular at the moment that I am after, and it's the Crow deck, the Crow Tarot, and it's currently out of print. And there is the tiny wee little one that we saw in the witchy shop in Leeds when I was with Neil the other week. And yep, it's how can I put it? It's too small because I've got big hands. And we'll sort it out for New Year, Ed. We will sort it out for the new year, because the next one is all about books and stuff, and we've got a year-end wrap-up before the shift happens. We're doing a podcast shift. It's all going to change, but yes, absolutely, we'll organize that for January. Avanesha, hello, my darling. Good evening to you. I do believe slow mode and subscriber mode is on. You have to wait a second, my darling. We've got a way of asking questions here on this channel. So let me just, in fact, if you are new here, welcome. Here's the details on the bottom of the screen as to how you get yourself a reading on this here channel. I'm also going to pop the housekeeping message up there because we do have some housekeeping rules as well. So I think, is it that time? I think it is that time. Shall I just press the button? Let's press the button. Before we go on, here's the housekeeping. Tarot is for entertainment purposes only. You do make all of your own decisions about your own life. Tarot should never be used to replace medical advice, legal advice, financial advice, or counselling advice. If you're looking for support in these areas, please do seek out professionals in these areas. You do have to be 18 years of age or over to get a tarot reading on this channel. And remember, please don't share private information here or anywhere else on the internet that you wouldn't want anyone or everyone finding out about now or anytime in the future. Yes, indeed. It might sound quite straightforward, right? It might sound quite straightforward. However, do protect your own privacy online, and especially on YouTube, but anywhere you are online, protect your online privacy and protect your offline privacy as well, because quite often they normally do go together. Right then, so shall we open the round, the first round of the day, shall we? I think we should. So then we are going to open up the first tarot round tonight. So how do you get a reading on this channel? It is dead simple. It's running on the bottom of the screen. All you need to do is wait until we open a round, which we are now doing. So then the round is now open. So now, how do you get a reading? Well, there are two ways. The first way is to start your question with the word question and type it into the live chat. One of those will get picked up by our keeper of the questions, and I will read for that one person. So effectively, you are throwing your question and throwing your name into a hat, and one of them will be chosen at random. If, however, you want to guarantee that your reading is next, or your reading is first in this case, then you can send it through as a super chat. Okay, super chats of any amount will get your reading on the list. A super chat of £6 or $8 at the moment will get you a much longer reading, a 6 or 7 card reading where we go into more detail. Okay, those are the two ways to get yourself a reading on the channel. Either way, go ahead and do the thing right now. Go and pop your question to the live chat, or again, starting with the word question, or send your super chat across. Either way, do one of those things now. Here is a handy dandy video recap. Oh, nobody wants a reading. Well, in that case, let's just wrap up and we'll all nip off. We'll all nip home early, won't we? No, it is. Did it go into the live chat? I don't think it did. The round is open. The round is open. So I don't know who's got it. Which of the mods have got it? Faith just asked a question. Thank you, Neil. I've got your Faith. We'll do you next, my darling. We'll do you first of all. Hang on, there we go. So then let's have a look. I'm going to highlight. There we go. It's the other one, Patricia. The one says the round is open, but hold off to that because we're going to do a reading for Faith. So then, Faith, does the person on my mind think about me? Nice, simple question to go with. So then, give me 17 seconds. I'm going to swap the cameras over and we'll get your reading started. The first cab off the rank. Faith, don't go anywhere. Oh, no, I'm saying that. I haven't even got my buttons ready. Don't go anywhere, Faith. We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh, my God. Yes, indeed. Right then, how is that looking for everybody? Is that going to be okay with that light there like that? We're using the Radiant Rider-Waite Smith again, purely and simply because, you know, sometimes it's good to go back to the classics, isn't it? I love my weird and wonderful decks, but sometimes it is good to go back to that classic imagery that the Rider-Waite-Smith or in this case, the Radiant Rider-Waite-Smith deck has. So then, as always, before we go any further, we cleanse the space. There we go. And we bring in the lovely Wispy. So then, Wispy, my darling, Faith would like to know, does the person on my mind think about me? So does the person on Faith's mind think about them? That's what we want to know. Quite a straightforward question. So then we're going to do you a 3-card reading, Faith, and we're going to look at where you are, what you need to know, and what the future may well hold. Okay, let me just move. Why have I got a carabiner on my desk? Well, because that was the place. This is the last place I used it, or took it off something, or put it, randomly. Anyway. Welcome to a world with ADHD. We are going to drop the deck. There we go. Do your cut and let's have a look. So then I'm going to bring that microphone down a little bit. So we've got where you are, or in other words, where the person on your mind is, right? So this is where the person that you are thinking about is. Ooh, the 8 of Wands. Now that's interesting, right? I'll do the reading. What you need to know about what they're thinking. Ooh, 7 of Wands reversed. And the future opportunity. Oh, the 3 of Swords reversed. Right, my darling. So the 8 of Wands. What is the 8 of Wands? Well, Wands is the suit for me of confidence, security. It's the suit of self-esteem, self-image, all of those lovely things. This is basically the suit of confidence and how you see yourself. Now, this isn't about you. This is about the person on your mind. Now, it looks like they've got a lot of stuff going on at the moment, because how I read this 8, the 8s are always about the journey to the 9, right? It's that idea of we're almost finished. We're almost there. We can see the finish line. It's right in front of us. We just need to get there. How I interpret the 8 is that each one of these wands, okay, is like a different aspect of life, a different pillar, a different category of the things in our life, right? And the 8 of Wands throws them all up in the air, and we get to choose what we take on that journey forward. We don't have to take all of these things, right? So the person on your mind, I think they've got a few, they're in a period of change, but also a period of, for them, it's still a growth period, and they're still working on their own self-image a little bit and their own self-confidence. So, that's a good sign. What we need to know, though, is we've got the 7 of Wands and it's reversed. Now, the 7s are difficult choices, difficult decisions. What we can tell with this with this card, this wand, like this person's carrying this one. Who's carrying these? What are they doing? Are they attacking? Is this defensive? Is this like a wall to defend against those coming and attacking? Is that where we get the confidence from? Or is something else going on? Is this person, building a wall to hide behind, or building a wall to, with under false idea of protection? It's reversed. So these difficult decisions, I think, I don't know whether the person on your mind is actually has space for thinking about you right now. It feels like they've got a hell of a lot on, and a lot of, how can I put it? They've got a lot on that isn't their doing, if that makes sense, right? So it's like life is throwing them curveballs right now, left, right, and center. They are having to put in lots of effort and lots of stuff just to keep going, because it really does feel as if they've got, life with a capital L coming at them from all directions at the moment. Does that make sense, my darling? So I don't know whether they're thinking about you at the moment. It depends on what the relationship is, because the 3 of Swords, you can see it. This is the universal. It's in every single deck. It's kind of got a variation of this design, and it is the heartbreak card, my darling. That is what this card is universally known as. You can literally see these 3 swords piercing this heart, and even though it's reversed, this is saying, so we're into the future potential, the future opportunity here with this card. And even though it's reversed, it is still very, very much playing on the situation right now. Does that make sense? I don't know whether this is a relationship that you had with this person, which is why they are still dealing with that heartbreak, or whether it's something that is, you know, whether there's a heartbreak somewhere, some other way that they're dealing with. Maybe they're in a relationship right now. I don't know. But this is not a good card coming up for them, right? Again, it is reversed, so it feels very much like this is stuff that is happening to them and being put upon them. It's a little bit difficult when we're reading for someone else, but I honestly, it doesn't feel here as if there is a romantic link towards you. It doesn't feel as if there is a friendship link towards you. It honestly, I would say with this, the person on your mind isn't really thinking about you at all. Okay, I don't know whether that's the answer you wanted. I don't know whether it's somebody who you want to think about you, or somebody you're quite happy, you know, in the past and not thinking about you at all. But I don't think you live rent free in this person's head. Okay, so I hope that helps, my darling. I really, really do. And yeah, I hope that's given you some sort of answer, even if it's not the answers that you were perhaps looking for. But thank you very much for your question, my darling, and I do hope it helps. Right then, let's have a look into the live chat. I think I'm going to have to put that other light on. Hold on a second. There we go. I can power that down. I can angle it a little bit better. There we go, maybe. Right then, so let's have a look in the live chat. It is somebody from your past. That does make sense. That does make sense. Yes, that does make sense. That will be why we've got the heartbreak and the reversals. It does feel as if this is someone that's, I keep wanting to sing that Michael Jackson song, "They're out of your life." I know that was really bad and it was really out of tune for the song, but anyway, no one knows the song anyway, so we don't have to harp on about that. But thank you very much for your question. I'm glad it helps. I really am. Yep, they're gone. They are in your rear mirror, my darling. So that's let them go. Good evening, Shirley. Long time no see. How the hell are you, my darling? HE hockey sticks. I know, right? Hell is one of those words I can say on YouTube without getting completely struck off. So yes, how the blinking hell are you? Is that light? Yes, it is. I need to move that light then, don't I? Because I don't like it when it's in my eyes. Like so. Maybe there we go. Right then, so let's have a look in the live chat. Lots of people have put their questions. Right, I tell you what, Holland, you're quite right. Everybody, can you refresh your page? Press the little roundy button, you know, the refresh button. Refresh your page, because I think some of you are behind in the live. YouTube does sometimes do this, where you can be watching quite happily and without realizing you are 2 or 3 minutes behind or more. So please do hit that refresh button. Good evening to Elise. Hello, my darling. Hello, welcome to you. Yes, so do make sure you refresh, everybody. While you're refreshing, I will give you a few seconds to refresh. I'm going to press this little button. So everybody refresh your stream. Hit the little circle button, just refresh your stream. Yes, indeed. The Witches Road is my new website. I will be working very hard on it in the year to come. So at the moment, there's lots of PDFs that you can download. There is, in fact, a PDF version of the Rider-Waite-Smith deck. It's a little mini version. You can print it out on A4 card, cut it out, and you will have your own totally free little tarot deck. If you want to, you can make it, download it and make it full size if you want, with editing programs and paint, even in, if you put them into Paint it, you can do it. So yeah, do have a look at that. There's also, I've added onto the website a quick little handy kind of shorthand, I guess. It's not really shorthand, is it? It's a little explainer about each of the cards. Okay, it's not one I've written, but it's general enough, and you'll see if you look at that and compare what I say to the on the streams with the cards, you can see where I've taken the where my knowledge of the cards has basically been based on and has grown and changed over the years. I've been doing this for 29 years. Next year is my 3 decades. I don't even know how that's possible. 30 years I would have been reading tarot cards next year. So again, it's my experience and my connection with the cards means that my interpretations of the deck is a little bit different to the standard little white book, but that is what you want from an experienced tarot reader. And if you are interested in learning, sorry, my voice is going. If you're interested in learning the tarot yourself, I will be setting up workshops and courses next year, if that is something that you are wanting to do. Right then, so shall we have, hopefully I've given everybody enough time to hit that refresh button and to get everybody back in sync. Everybody, yeah, that was in sync, wasn't it? That wasn't Backstreet, it was Backstreet Boys. Yeah. Oh, made myself laugh. Backstreet's back, all right. I know, right? Wasn't even in sync. Oh my gosh. So yes. Excuse me. Hopefully everybody is in sync and none of you are Backstreet boys, girls, and non-binary folks. Hope that was really bad. I do apologize. My ADHD brain went, oh yeah, everybody, that's a boy band song from the era. And then literally as soon as it was out of my mouth, my brain went, except that's Backstreet Boys. So then, okay. Oh look, thank you, Neil. Neil's popped that into the chat. Yeah, look, you can go directly there. Look, thewitchesroad.co.uk/studies/. There's loads of stuff on there. Absolutely loads of stuff on there. The tarot decks and the little doodah is in the bit that's called divination. That's where that is. There's also some runes on there as well. I don't think they're the ones that you can cut out and use yet, but I do have a copy of that somewhere. I might have to add that on as well. Anyway, shall we have another round of the tarot? Shall we? If you would like a tarot reading, opening up the round now. So if you would like a tarot reading, please do go ahead. Gosh, I do apologize. Please do go ahead. Pop your question into that there live chat, starting with the word question, or you can send it through as a super chat. Don't forget the super chat amounts. If you donate £6 or above, then you get yourself a longer reading. That's about $8. So any donation above $8 or 6 GBP will get yourself a 6 or 7 card reading. Also, don't forget, everybody, once YouTube takes its 30%, whatever money I am left with, 10% of that goes straight to the PDSA. The People's Dispensary for Sick Animals here in Leeds. Okie doke. So do please go and check those out. You've got about 30 seconds to get your questions in. Either send it as a super chat or put it into the live chat and take a chance on getting selected. Either way, do that just about now. Right then, let me have a look at the keeper of the questions. It appears we've got, what are we looking at? Aisha. Have we got an Aisha? Oh, yes, Aisha. There we go. Aisha, my darling. Hang on, let me take this banner off. Comments, that's what I'm looking for. Right, let me hit the star button and let's have a look. So Aisha, Zaid Mahboob, what kind of person is he? Dark side or red flags? Let me have a look for you, my darling. Let me have a look. Right, I'm going to there we go. I put my little light on top of my bell. Right then. Okay, Patricia. I haven't, Neil. I will message in a second. Right then. So you've got about 17 seconds, my darling, whilst I change the camera and everything. Don't go anywhere. Your reading will be coming up straight after this. We have a super strong connection here. Right. Oh my God! Right then. Oops. I didn't press the button then, did I? I do apologize. Let me do that again. Hang on. Let's try and do it in 7 seconds this time. There we go. Got there in the end. Oh, gosh. There we go. Is that in the right place? I think so. There we go. Right then. Right. So, Aisha, let me cleanse the space. There we go. Can somebody let me know how many we've got watching? Because my screen keeps telling me I've got 2 people on. And I know I've got more than 2 people watching this stream because I can see how many comments we're getting. So there's obviously more than 2 people in their stream. So can you let me know? Because when I'm on the stream, I can't see the back end. So I can't actually see how many people are currently watching. Right then. So Wispy. Aisha Sharif would like to know, Zaid Mahboob, what kind of person is he? Is there any red flags with him, basically, is what we want to know, Wispy. Is he a good person? Is there any red flags? Now, again, remember, this is all your own responsibility, okay? Now, listen, you make your own choices about your own life. If it turns out he's a prize plonker, that's a British expression, a London expression mainly. But if it does turn out he's a prize plonker or prize idiot, then we are not responsible. Okay, so I'll see what the cards have to say, Aisha. But if you get the sense of a red flag, or if you get the sense of anything, like, trust your gut instinct. Okay, it is time to trust your instinct and leap. Right, so. If that makes sense. Right then, let's have a look. Shirley, can you go ahead and refresh, my darling? You're a few seconds behind or a couple of minutes behind everyone else. So while I'm doing Aisha's reading, if everybody can just press that refresh button on the YouTube, just refresh it. Make sure you're up to date. Right then, so let's have a wee look. What? Right. Okay. Sorry, I just got distracted by you're hunting for the Mog vid. What I don't know what a Mog vid is. Checked all the kids, can't find it at all. I've got no idea what that is, my darling. Absolutely no idea. Anyway, see what happens. I get distracted, so I am back on the on this screen, so I can't see any comments. Right then, Aisha. I was doing your cut, wasn't I, my darling? That's what I was doing right then. So remember, any red flags that you sense, listen to your own gut instinct, okay, my darling? That is the best way of doing all of it. Trust your own instincts. So then, let's have a look at where you are right now. Ooh, the Three of Cups. That's a positive card. So this is the three graces, the three muses, the three sisters. It looks at sort of the next steps. It looks at basically it's a good positive card. The cups is your emotional side. This is looking at sisterhood. It's looking at the maiden mother crone aspect of life and of the tarot deck. It's a positive card, my darling. It really is. So let's have a look at what you need to know. The Seven of Pentacles. Now it is reversed, but that's not too bad. And then let's have a look at the right. So there's no red flags, Aisha. There's no red flags here at all. It looks like, if anything, it looks like it looks to be an interesting connection, right? So where we've got, hang on, let me just move this that way a little bit. There we go. That's a little bit better, isn't it? So we've got the Three of Cups in where you are now. This is talking about taking those next steps. Okay, so I don't know how you know Zaid, but I don't know whether it's a relationship you're already in or one you're wanting to get into. But the three is talking about, like, if it's a couple relationship, it's about bringing in either a child or fostering a cat or taking on a cat or a dog or something. You know, it's about taking those next steps in the relationship. But also, because it is sisterhood and because it is those muses, it's a very good card in terms of having that sort of deeper connection, and having that connection sort of to family and that as well. Sorry, everything's getting a bit out of shape today. In what you need to know, the Seven of Pentacles. Now, this is the only sort of negative card here, right? Because the Seven of Pentacles is talking about difficult choices, and Pentacles is talking about career, work, and finance. So if Saeed is working, it almost looks like there is some really tough financial or tough work decisions that he's having to make at the moment. Okay, because this is reversed, it doesn't feel like it's stuff that is necessarily down to him. So it's not like he's gambled away all his money or he's thrown it away. It feels almost like, whatever he does for a job, it's like the bosses, things are changing around at a higher level than him, and he's just got to sort of go with the flow, if that makes sense. He's got to the decisions he's got to make are not because of mistakes that he's done. It's like the company's changing, or whatever it is that he's looking for career wise, maybe that's undergoing a bit of a shift. But it's these difficult choices that he has to make. So I do think he's probably under a little bit of stress right now. And then in the future opportunity, we've got the moon. Now, I could show you the moon in a slightly different context. So this is a slightly different version of the moon. We all know what the moon looks like, really. But in this deck, we look at it's kind of a spiritual connection. We can see these two animals howling at the moon, the wolf and the dog, or the jackal. We've got a scorpion coming out of the water, or a lobster coming out of the water. I think it's a lobster. I don't know why I said scorpion. And we've got the two pillars. So there's a lot of stuff here. But for me, the moon is all about that spiritual connection and trusting your gut. And when this is reversed, I don't know whether this is suggesting that maybe, I don't think it's a red flag, but you need to really trust your own gut instinct here, right? It was my first thought was trust your gut instinct. And that is still kind of, do you know what I mean? That is still kind of right. That is still the thing that I keep coming back to. I do, Wispy. Let's clarify this moon, right? Why have we got this moon? Is this just a spiritual connection? What else is going on with this moon, with this reversal? I'm going to, Wispy, I'm going to pick two at random. Okay, so we're going to go two at random. So we're going to go that one and one from the back. There we go, that one. So then you've got the control, Wispy. The Queen of Cups reversed. Ooh. And the Eight of Swords reversed. Right, okay. Okay. So Queen of Cups is the nurturing card. It would be a very positive card if it was upright. The fact that it's reversed, it could be an older woman who is kind of getting in your business, right? She's trying to get in your business. It's connected to this romance or whatever this is with Zaid. It's connected. She is a very nurturing, very caring person. However, this is reversed. I don't think she's going to show that side to you. So could this be Zaid's mother? Question mark, question mark, question mark. The reason I'm asking is we've also got the Eight of Swords coming up. So this moon, I think there's going to be a push and pull. I think there's going to be a push and pull between what you and Zaid might want and what Zaid's mother, I think this is Zaid's mother wants, because the Eight of Swords is all about having that blindfold lifted. You can see like the character, she's wearing that blindfold. It's all about not knowing, and then the blindfold is lifted. Again, 8 is about the trip towards the 9. 8 is about, moving forward. But Swords, that is the suit of trouble. That is the suit of hurdles, obstacles, and challenges. And so you've got this element of the blindfold is being lifted, but the blindfold is being lifted to see what hurdles are around, what challenges are around. And when it's this way around, I think the mother-in-law, Zaid's mum, whatever this is, however she's connected to you, I think that if there's any red flag, it's her, right? Because I think she's going to cause trouble without necessarily even realizing if she's causing trouble, if that makes sense, right? I honestly think that, yeah, that is going to be, I don't think there's red flags with Zaid, but if his mum's still alive, that's going to be your red flag situation, right? That's going to be the bit where you're like, oh dear, that's going to be the hassle. And how you deal with that, my darling, is like, if anyone knew how to write a book about dealing with mothers-in-law, that could fix all mothers-in-law and fix all situations with mothers-in-law, then they would earn billions and billions and billions of pounds, trust me. But I mean, I'm very lucky. My in-laws are very nice. I've got to say that. Blink one if you need help. Blink once if you need help. No, my in-laws are genuinely very lovely people, so I'm very lucky. But I know a lot of in-laws, a lot of people aren't that lucky. So I do think it's coming from the mother. Anyway, I hope that helps, my darling. None from Zaid, but plenty from mum or sister. It's again, it's that familial link, which again is really interesting because you've got this Three of Cups. I think sisters will be on your side, not so much mother, if that helps. Right, let me go back into that there live chat. Right, let me look. Oh, right. It's a marriage proposal for you. You spoke to him once. You don't have much information about him. He seems like there's nothing majorly in the cards. I would question maybe financial arrangements, question mark. But apart from that, I think it's like nothing is really nothing is showing up in the cards, if that makes sense. The one that's shown in the little clips things. Oh, don't worry about it. I don't even know if the videos are still up because they'll be years and years and years old. So yeah, I don't know if they're still up. Well, then it might not be up. It's an old video. Her mother. Whose mother? What, the mother's mother? Ooh, is it? If it's the mother's mother, then I don't know. I don't know if it's the mother's mother. No, it wasn't, Holland. It was on this channel. So that all of the clips are from this channel. Some of them will be from live, some of them won't be. And a lot of the lives have been deleted over time because once a live stream is up, it just sits on YouTube. And the way that YouTube works, if you've got lots of videos that aren't getting rewatched, it actually goes against you. So it's better to delete them and be done with, especially if they're over a year or two ago. So they're probably deleted. But all it was I said something in the chat, and then because I said something in a reading, because I don't have the chat on, when I went back and read the chat, it was like everything I'd said, almost word for word, came up in the chat after I'd said it. So yeah, absolutely bonkers. Yeah, it's not on that. It's not on the Health and Beauty channel. It was from this one. We've only ever done tarot on here. Never saw Jack's comments. Who's Jack? Patricia, you need to be on live chat. That's the one. And if you've got an option, if you click on all rather than top, it could be within 4 years. I couldn't tell you, my darling. I couldn't tell you. I don't know when it was from. And it wasn't a big deal. It was just my reaction was a big reaction. It wasn't a major thing. It was just that something that I'd said, they then said and confirmed in the comments. That was all it was. So don't worry about it. There's nothing worth going back and chasing for. It's not like I predicted, like a worldwide massive event or something years in advance. But yes. The last reading was for Aisha. Patricia, are you sure you're on the right? Are you sure you're on the right live stream? I know that sounds ridiculous, but I don't know whether you've I don't know what is happening today. It might have been 2 years ago or 4 years ago or something. But Patricia, I don't know whether you can hear us, but yeah, go on to that one. Anyway, right. I tell you what. Let's. Ellis, you are naughty, but thank you very much. Right then, so I've got a super chat in, everybody. So when we get a super chat, that jumps the queue. And as always, if your super chat is for £6 or more, you get a special, a longer reading. In this case, Ellis has donated £5, but I am making an exception for Ellis, and I'm going to do Ellis a longer reading. The reason being that I've met Ellis in person a couple of times, and I keep offering that we'll go for a coffee or something. And I have no idea, Neil. I have no idea. So yes, I am going to do Ellis a 6-card reading. Okay, so it's my channel and I make the rules, and that's what I'm going to do. So I don't even care that it's not £6. So I'm doing it for Ellis. It's Christmas time, Yule tide, solstice, Christmas holiday season. So I'm going to drink some water, and while I do that, Ellis, be prepared. Don't go anywhere, my darling. I am going to play. Oh, that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to hit this magic button, and Ellis, I'll be doing your reading in exactly 37 seconds. Don't go anywhere, my friend. Oh, I didn't change the thing. You caught me. I didn't change the thing. Give me a second. We'll do that just about now-ish. There we go. There we go. Right then, let's have a look for Ellis. I didn't even get a sip of water then. Here we go. Right, I'm going to do it now. There we go. I also, as I moved the microphone, it managed to disconnect itself. I know. Are you impressed that I'm drinking water, everybody? I know. I'm trying to hydrate without the chemicals. I know, right? Who is she, Big Brother? Who is she? Right then, Ellis, I've lost your question. There it is in great big green script. So, as always, you know what we do here, Ellis. We cleanse the space, because we do that between each reading to make sure we've got a nice clean space. And then we have a nice space. We bring in Wispy, and Wispy, Ellis wants to know, will I hear positive news about the apprenticeship that I applied for? So will Ellis hear positive news about the apprenticeship? Let's have a look. I know it's a fairly simple yes or no answer, but let's see. You see, that's me and my failing poorly, my poor shuffling ability with my failing poorly hands. Right then, here we go, Ellis. Here we go. Right then, let's do your drop. There we go. Lovely. So then, we're going to do an inverted V Wispy, just so you know. We're going for where you are right now. Ooh, Knight of Cups. What you need to know right now. Strength card. And your future potential. 3 of Pentacles. Oh, it's reversed now. That's interesting. I'll explain why in just a second. What have we got going on underneath? What are the currents underneath Wispy? We need to know the currents of the apprenticeship, what is happening to that, not what Ellis's psyche is doing. We know that. So then, Seven of Swords, right? Okay. With the Sun, okay. I think there's some difficulties ahead, Ellis. Right. There are some difficulties, but I think you might be okay. Right. Where you are now, Knight of Cups, right? It's reversed. Don't worry too much about the reversal, but the Knight of Cups, this is your emotional suit, right? The reversal here, I will say that the Knight energy is that leaping for first, where angels fear to tread, all of that. This is the doing before thinking card. However, it is reversed here. So I think that the Knight energy here is perhaps diminished a little bit. Fingers crossed that this is actually what you want to do, because if it is actually what you want to do, there might be a little bit of a fight involved, right? That's all I'm going to say. There may well be a bit of you might have to prove yourself, or there might be some further things that you need to do, whether that is, for instance, some more paperwork, or it feels like there's something else here that you're going to need to do before this is signed off in your favor, right? Reason I'm saying that is partly because in the what you need to know, we've got the strength card, and this isn't saying, oh, you need to be strong. It's literally saying you need to have that strength of character, strength of belief, right? This is where you need to be a bit pig-headed and a bit sure of yourself, and a bit, this is definitely what I want. This is definitely absolutely 100% what I want and what we're doing, because it's going to be a bit of a scrap, right? I don't know why it's going to be a bit of a scrap, but it feels like it's going to be a bit of a scrap. I don't know whether it's a deadline issue, whether it's a qualification issue. I don't know. It may be you're overqualified. Don't quite know. But interestingly, in your future opportunity, we have the Three of Pentacles. Now, you've been here long enough and you've heard me say this plenty of times. This is the apprenticeship card, right? For me, that's literally what this is. You can see here, we've got these two people, our monk and our, I don't know, that's supposed to be a jester or our learned people, but they're holding a contract, they're holding designs. And this young tradesperson is literally the apprentice going to work. So this is literally an apprenticeship card, and it's in your future, but it's reversed, right? Now, that doesn't say it's not going to happen, but I think it's something that you are going to have to maybe, like, I think there might be a hoop you have to jump to get through to actually get to start doing this, right? I don't know why that gut instinct hit me, but as soon as the cards came up, that's kind of where I was. Now, when we go a level deeper, remember me saying to Wispy, we don't want to know, this isn't about your subconscious and your desires. This is what we need to know about the apprenticeship itself. We've got the Seven of Swords. So a difficult choices with the Seven, swords being hurdles and challenges. So there is something going on, and it's about, is your heart absolutely set on this? Is this absolutely what you need to do? But also, this Knight card, has everything been filled out correctly? Is everything as it should be? Have they got all of the paperwork that they need to have? Question mark, question mark, question mark, question mark, right? Because there's something here that feels like there's either something missing or a deadline, or, you know what I mean? There's something here where you might have to do a bit of a charm offensive on them. So just be aware of that. It's not insurmountable. The Seven of Swords is not insurmountable. This person is literally trying to steal all of these swords from these military huts in the background. You can't really see that because of the question. There we go. I'll do it like that. That's a bit easier, isn't it? So you can see these in the background. Look, and this person is literally stealing them from these from the soldiers' tents. but they can't take all of them, so they have to leave some behind. So the question is, which ones do they leave behind? You can see the soldiers over here. If they capture them, this person's in for it. Now, linking the strength to the apprenticeship card, you've got the sun, but the sun is also reversed. Now, the sun is about growth. The sun is about opportunity. It's about that brand new life affirming energy. But again, it's reversed. I don't think that this is saying that it's not going to go in your favor. It feels like, again, it's like the energy is coming through. That sun's energy is here. That growth energy is here. But there is a bit of a blockage. It's like there are some clouds in the way that you need to wait for them to pass. So I don't know whether this is a deadline. I don't know whether this is a financial thing or whether it's like, you know, I don't know quite what this stumble is, but it doesn't feel as if it's not going to happen. Put it this way. It feels very much, if this card wasn't here, then I would say absolutely there might be some issues and you might want to, you know, maybe look again, keep applying. But this feels very positive, having the apprenticeship card in the cards. It just might be a further hurdle for you to jump through, particularly because you've got the Six of Swords reversed right at the root of this apprenticeship, right? Sixes for me are about community, larger groups of people. Could be family, but it could also be just, you know, the decision makers at the college, uni, whatever it is. Well, I don't know where you get apprenticeships from. The business, whatever it is, right? It could be that it could be maybe that there's like a lot of people have applied for it and there's going to be a bit of juggling, and it may well be that you might have to go for, you know, like an interview stage, and then if you're through that round, then do you know what I mean? There might be like some further steps that are coming into play because there are so many people, or there is so much interest. I wouldn't worry about it, right? The thing you need to bear in mind, if you do get asked for an interview or phone call or something, you know, if somebody's just like, well, why do you want this? You need to be very, very determined. What is your reason for choosing this? Is it just because you don't like what you've been doing for a while, so you fancy to change? Well, that's bullshit, right? That might be true, but to the people in charge, that sounds like bullshit. You kind of need to do the thing where you're like, actually, I need to reverse this. I need to put my emotions into it and go, oh, I've always wanted to do this, and it's really, really fulfilling for me, and I really, really want to, and because it's been a childhood dream, and I've forever wanted to do it, but I didn't think I'd have the opportunity. And with that strength of character, and then that will come round. Do you see what I mean? It's like both of those feel as if it is shifting, and both of those feel as if it's like I don't want to say it's about your commitment, but it's almost about your passion for this particular apprenticeship, right? That is what you're going to need to show, because it does feel as if there's going to be other people in the running, and you're going to have to almost prove yourself to whoever's running the apprenticeship. Okay, I hope that helps, Ellis. Listen, very best of luck, my friend. Very, very, very best of luck, right? Absolutely. I wish you nothing but the very, very, very best of luck. Whistly, let's send the other dragons. Let's send, I'll tell you what, let's send Scarlet, because she's the one. I know she's lusty, but she's also, have I got Scarlet's music on here still? That isn't what I was looking for. Have I got rid of Charlotte? When I changed it, did I lose Scarlet's music? Never. Oh no, there we go. There we go. And Laguna. There we go. We'll bring fire and water, those two dragons, Scarlet and Laguna. We need you bringing in some extra oomph to the apprenticeship for Ellis, please. That's what we need. So hopefully, Ellis, my darling, hopefully that helps. Thank you ever so much for your question and for your super chat. And I hope it helps. Listen, it feels like there might be a bit of a wrinkle getting there, but it does feel as if you're going to get there. That listen, if it wasn't for that 3 of Pentacles coming up, it might have looked a bit ropey, but that 3 of Pentacles is the apprenticeship card. You've heard me say that time and time and time again, and now it's come up on a question about the apprenticeship. Wispy would not do that if it wasn't on the cards, in the cards. Do you know what I mean? Right? Best of luck to you, my friend. Absolutely. Fingers crossed. I hope it is wonderful. It could be. It could be. They are absolutely going to try and see how determined you are to do it. And if that is a physical location, then you might have to do that, my friend. If it is that you need to do, I don't know, whatever it is, there is a hoop or a jump that you need to jump over, or a hurdle you need to jump through before it all falls in your lap. But that 3 of Pentacles reversed, trust me, there is, I think you'll be fine. I think you'll be absolutely fine. You've just got to, there's something here, you've got to prove how much you want it. Does that make sense? And if that is a physical move, then that's what you need to do. There is something here about prove how much you want it. Fingers crossed, my friend. Fingers crossed. I really, really, really hope that helps. And thank you ever so much for your question. We do need to go to coffee. Yep, so do I. I need to get my shit together as well. Yep, absolutely, I do. It will probably be the new year now, because you know, New Year is like 2 weeks away or something, 3 weeks away. I can't remember. But yes, anywho, let's have a look. Aquilarius, good evening to you. Ed's here properly now. Good evening, Ed. Hope you're well, my friend. I like the way Ed pops in and just goes, have you hit thumbs up yet? Have you all hit thumbs up? Hit thumbs up. If you haven't already, it is time to hit the thumbs up button. So, yeah, hailing frequencies open.
Accessing library computer data.
We are accessing. Star Trek is talking to Alexa. That's scary. No. We don't want any AI. No AI. Thank you, Alexa. No AI. No, none of that. But yes. Hit that thumbs up button while you're there. If you haven't already, listen, I know if you're watching this, you are probably subscribed, right? Because most people that watch this are subscribed. However, I also know that about 30% of people watch this. Again, if you're watching on replay, if you haven't subscribed yet, please do hit that subscribe button. It means the world to me. And I will be your bestest friend forever. You wouldn't want me as a bestest friend forever. But yeah, I'll be your bestest friend forever and ever and ever and ever and ever and ever. And hugs and cuddles and kisses and maybe not. But you know, I'll give you a virtual hug. But what you also need to do now, please do this for me, right? It's really important. Hit your bell and then change your settings to all, right? So hit that bell, change the settings to all, because I go live on Tuesdays and Sundays. Sometimes I'll do a Thursday night one, depending on where the moon is on its cycle through the universe. I don't know. But it will depending on how I'm feeling, how the mods are feeling, what we're doing, blah, 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 all of that, right? But also it lets you know when I upload videos, other videos that aren't live streams. And there's going to be a lot more of those coming your way as we get into 2025. There's also going to be more members only content. So we do also have a memberships. If you want to click the little join button, I'm not sure where it is on the screen, but wherever it is, it's probably down there somewhere. Is it down there somewhere? Oh no. Wherever it is, then you can hit that join button. We do a weekly members only live stream from 6 p.m. till 7 on a Sunday evening. I am looking at doing a lot more as well, a lot of other bits and pieces. So do make sure if you want to join in that you can come and join us for that as well. Good evening to Jenny. Hold off, Jenny. You need to ask a question when the round opens up, my darling. So hold off a second. Oh, that makes sense. That makes sense. Yeah. Cinnamon Graham's Lidl's version in your porridge. Also, Skinny Company do a cinnamon swirl thing for your coffee. That in porridge is delicious. Also in rice pudding. Yeah, I think it is optimistic. I think it is optimistic. I do think that is going to be your obstacle. Yes. Again, look, we're all sending you positive thoughts and prayers, just like Neil likes thoughts and prayers. There we go. Look, Ed, Patricia adds honey poured in a pentacle shape on her porridge. One we're rating 2-in-1 breakfast porridge with flavour and a bit of crunch. Yep, that's absolutely true. See you later. See you, Neil. Thank you very much for being here. Porridge is too claggy for you. You like crunchy food. Yeah, I'm not a fan on porridge. I used to like ready bread, but that was with like, I'd make the, it's so bad. I'd make the ready bread, get it super hot, and then pour lots of sugar on the top, right? So that the heat from the ready bread kind of crystallizes all of the sugar, so it kind of goes almost like into one hard lump. Very bad for you. Very, very bad for you. Bad for your teeth. Bad for everything. Very bad for you. Put lots of weight on. Sugar levels very bad. Very bad. Bad. You love your cake. You miss your mum's birthday cake that she made. It was a chocolate cake with strawberry jam in the middle with melted chocolate on top, which was allowed to set. Wow, that is. I mean, for me, that would just be a heart attack on a plate, but it does sound delicious. Does sound absolutely delicious. That's okay, my darling. No problem at all. I've got a little thing here. Let me press this. Let me press. No, hang on. I'm on the wrong blooming thing now. There we go. Here we go. Are you ready? It says, oh, if you are new here, welcome. That's just for you, Jenny. Welcome. And then it tells you how to get a reading on here, all scrolling across the bottom of the screen. At least it would do if I left it running. So then we are going to open up a new round, right? We're going to open up another new round. I believe that Patricia's on the correct live stream with the correct super chat and everything. So hopefully if one of the mods or Patricia or anyone, there we go. Thank you very much. We're about to launch a round. Go on. Press the button. Go and do all the things. We are opening a free round right now. So then if you would like to guarantee that your question is up next, you can do that by sending through a super chat of any amounts. A £6 or above super chat will get you a 6 or 7 card reading. And don't forget, if you want to just put your name into the hat, you can do so by popping your question into the live chat, starting with the word question. Okay, start with the word question, pop your question into their live chat, and you will go into the round. One of those names will get picked at random by the keeper of the questions, who is one of our lovely moderators with a randomizer. They will choose who gets the reading, and that person will then be the one that I read for. The only way to guarantee that you get that reading is by sending your question through, as I say, as a super chat. So go ahead, do that now. You've got about 30 seconds to get your question in. Okie dokie. 30 seconds starting now. Get those questions in, and one of them will be chosen after this. Okay, looks as if we've had a super chat. We've had a super chat from Sarah. So then, everybody who asked a question in that round, if your name is not Shannon Demdike, the Wiccan Midnight Crafter, or Sarah, if that is not you, what you need to do is to copy and select your question and hold it for the next round. Okay, so hold it for the next round. Sarah, your question will be coming up straight after this. So you've got 15 seconds. There you go, my darlings. So then let's have a little look. And as always, we're going to cleanse the space. And we're going to bring in our lovely Wispy. By the way, if you are new here and you don't know who Wispy is or why I keep saying I'm bringing in Wispy, Wispy is an air elemental that I created in the form of a dragon. There's a whole podcast episode. If you go down into the description box just down below, there is a link to it. There's a link to the podcast episode that explains all about Wispy and my other dragons. I am not insane. My mother had me checked. Quoting the Big Bang Theory. But yes, it is actually a egregore, servitor, tulpa, thought form type situation. So all of that is commented on and all of that is discussed in that podcast episode. Right then, Sarah. So Sarah wants an in-depth reading. We'll look at that for you, my darling. And so then a general in-depth reading, Wispy, a general reading for our lovely Sarah. We'll see. That was me, not the cards. What we'll see, Wispy, is what is coming up in store for Sarah. Okay, what is coming up in store for Sarah? I'll tell you what, let's do, Wispy. Shall we do a horseshoe? I think we should do a horseshoe. We'll do a horseshoe, Wispy, for Sarah, okay? Just this once, we'll do a horseshoe for Sarah. Right then. So then, this is a very, very standard spread that we do. I think just about every tarot reader has their own version of the horseshoe reading or the rainbow reading or whatever. So then let's have a look. We're going to do a little drop when it wants to go. There we go. And let's crack on. So then P I O A O. Right then. Ooh, we've got 1, 2, 3 major cards. And we've got some interesting cards here, Sarah. So this is the standard horseshoe reading, right? So P, this is the present. Now, hang on. No, it's the past. This is the immediate past, right? This is what the energy that has led you up to today. It is the 9 of Pentacles, but it's reversed. So as you'll know, and again, anyone that's new here, you'll get sick of me saying this in time, but the 9s are full, the 10s are overflowing, right? So we've got a 9, another 9, and a 10. So what do I mean by that? I mean, the 9 of something is when it is at its maximum. When we get, or when it is at its, that's the full point. That is when everything is full. The 10 is when it overspills, right? That's overfull. It's too much. So the 9 of Pentacles, if it was this way up, my darling, it would be talking about abundance of wealth or lots and lots of work coming in, lots and lots of, maybe lots of different contracts, lots of work to do, or a nice financial situation to be in. Do you know what I mean? Right? That's what we'll be looking at. But it's come up reversed, which means I think there is something here about your recent past. Maybe there has been either a lack of work or maybe a lack of that financial uplift. And I don't know whether that has been causing stress or what that is, but it's led to where you are now becoming the strength card. Okay, so this is past, this is present. The strength card is, for me, coming straight off of this Pentacles. I think this is you having to kind of keep ticking and having to kind of remain persistent, or Wispy, give me that again. It's like you've had to try and remain consistent and persistent. Yeah, that's what Whisper's given me. So this idea of strength, in this case, it's like you've got to keep ticking over. You've got to keep going, even though it feels like, I mean, this could be that you've had a lot of work in the immediate that's been like too much to take, too much to handle, and that could be why the 9 is reversed. I think it's more likely that there's been a lack there with that reversal, because this strength card is all about you needing to find that intestinal fortitude, that strong guts. That is what you need to find, and I think that at the moment that's where you are. And I think it's something which is, it can be exhausting having to remain tough and having to remain on your A game for such a period of time. It really feels as if you are having to hold things together and keep fighting all at the same time with the strength card. It takes a lot. This isn't just physical strength, this is strength of character. Okay, so it's not even emotional strength, it's strength of character. The influence, we've got the 5 of Cups reversed. Now, the 5 of Cups is actually a card for me all about regret, because we can see here this person is soul destroyed. They are saddened beyond belief. They are bereft that their 3 cups of wine are either empty or they've been knocked over. They've either drunk them or they've spilt them. Either way, boo-hoo, boo-hoo, boo-hoo. However, they are forgetting they've still got 2 cups standing behind them, right? There are still 2 valid cups here. Have they got wine in? We can't quite tell from this angle, probably, but not fully full. So you've got this element of this person is crying over spilt wine and not even paying attention to the fact that there is still opportunity here. There is still this element of all is not lost, right? That element of all is not lost, when it's reversed, it really is almost blinding, the fact that you are concentrating on what you haven't got and what mistakes were made and what difficulties were there, rather than focusing on that positive. And this is in your influence position. Okay, so it's like it is driving you, and it could be that it's driving you because you don't want to be in that situation again, or it could be that it's driving you to try and remember the positives. So even though life might be giving you, life, because life is life, it might be giving you some curveballs right now, and some, being a lot is sent to try you. It might be a lot happening right now. It's still really important to remember that actually there are still positives. Every cloud has a silver lining. Ugh, hate that phrase, but it's true. And it's this idea of forgetting the things you've got because you pay too much attention on the things you're lacking, right? That can be really, really bad. It can hold us back, because all we do is we spend time fretting and worrying rather than getting on with the things we do have. Do you know what I mean? It's like, oh no, I don't have a Ferrari anymore. Okay, but you've got a perfectly usable Volkswagen sat out there. Or oh no, I don't have my, I don't know, whatever. I don't live in my 15-bedroom mansion anymore. No, but you've got a really lovely 6-bedroom, like, small mansion. Do you know what I mean? It's like there is always positives, and you've just got to realize that, yeah, things might not be great, but they're not as bad as you think they are. The 9 of Swords. Now, this is coming in your obstacles position, right? And it is the obstacle card, and it's the 9 of Swords. This is the nightmare card. This is the Sleepless Nights card. Okay, in some decks, you can see a sleep demon. So I don't know whether this is you, like, actually not sleeping, but it's definitely you worrying over things and worrying too much, and kind of getting into that pattern of worrying, and then you're worrying about worrying, and then it becomes this spiral. And because this is in your obstacle position, and because this is the worst of the swords for me, again, 9 is full, 10 is overflowing, this is like as bad as it can be without, you know, it well, put it this way. The 10 of Swords has a person lying on the ground, lifeless, with all of the swords in their back, right? So this is as bad as it can be without ending up like that. And it's something which, to overcome this, is like medication can help. Anxiety meds and things like that can help. But talking therapies, mindfulness, things like that can work 10 times better. Now, it's not talking about, you know, just getting to sleep. It's trying to alleviate the problems and the thoughts and the patterns that are stopping you from sleeping. Okay, that is something that you need to look at. I would say you need to look at that quite urgently, because for this card to come up in the obstacle and for this to be the ultimate obstacle itself, I think that's really going to be holding you back, whether you've actually got, you know, sleepless nights in real life, or whether you spend your waking hours fretting. Whatever it is, this needs addressing, okay? Because otherwise it is going to hamper everything else. Now, the way that other people see you, we've got the, again, 10 of Wands, right? 10 in over your depth. 10 is overflowing. 10 is too much to bear. This person is carrying all of these wands. All right, they are in fact staves in this deck, but they are carrying them, and you can see they're kind of struggling. There's too much here to take, and actually any second now that's going to hit the ground. They're going to go falling arse over tit, I was going to say, so I might as well say it, arse over tit. They're going to fall flat on their face and get splinters in their eyeballs, or whatever it may be, right? This is literally talking about being overly confident. Wands is confidence, and 10 is that overconfidence verging on arrogance. Now, this isn't how you actually are, it's how people see you. Now, the interesting thing here, it's almost the polar opposite to what we've got here for your influence, right? That's really interesting. This tells me that you put up a massive front, that you are a very astute bullshitter, that you are very good at putting that mask on. You are very good at, you know, when somebody says, "You're right," your immediate response is, "Yeah, you," right? We used to have, when I used to go clubbing, there was a thing that we called them the yeah yous, and it was all of our club friends, right, that you'd see in the clubs, and you'd see them in all sorts of states of drunkenness and on all sorts of recreational drugs and party drugs and everything, right? And you'd see all these different people in all sorts of different states of being, and you'd see them and you'd literally go, "Hiya, you're right," and they go, "Yeah, you," and you go, "Yeah, not bad. You having a good night? Yeah, you. Yeah, not bad. See you in a bit. Yeah, you too." Right? Because that was literally the same conversation. But the yeah, you, that is that instant. And when somebody would ask me, I'd go, "Yeah, you," because that is that instant. Are you all right? Yes, you. Are you? Yes, are you? I'm fine. Are you? And I'm like, well, I'm really not fine. But you can't, when somebody just says, "You're right. Yeah, you." And that is something that is really difficult to get out of the habit of, right? And all right, you're not going to say that when you're in Walmart or when you're in Asda or Tesco's and you're doing your shopping and the checkout person says, "You're right." You're of course are going to say, "Yeah, you." You're not going to say, "Oh, do you know what? I'm really glad you asked, because actually I'm having a really tough time. Have you got a couple of minutes to talk? Because you see what it is. You can see I'm buying all of these like solo meals right now. Well, it's because my partner left me, and now I'm going to cry. And but that's not what they want to know, right? They want the yeah you. This is telling me you are a yeah you, and you find it really difficult to let that guard down. And people see you as overconfident. People see you as very sure of yourself, verging on that arrogance, where actually you really struggle. And this card is also telling me that that struggle goes very, very deep, right? The advice, we've got the Hierophant reversed. Stop listening to other people. Stop listening to supposed gurus, probably including tarot readers on the interwebs. But stop listening to other people's opinions and advice and listen to your own, right? You don't need the Hierophant is a great card. It talks about spiritual learning, but it's also very much about doing what the Hierophant says, right? Following by rote. It's that if you want to go to the kingdom of heaven, you better do these things and not these things, right? It's all about that. The Hierophant is a guru, a teacher, a spiritual leader. When it's reversed, it's really saying, look, this is very much about indoctrination, right? Following people blindly because they tell you that they have the answers. That is very, 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 it's almost cultish, right? Step out of that, my darling. Step out of looking for answers. There we go. So you can ask 15 people for a solution to the same problem, and you'll get 15 different answers, right? What you need to do, my darling, is to trust your own gut feeling, right? Trust yourself, trust what feels right for you. Get some support if you need it to get through like some talking therapies, but don't necessarily follow the next guru, the next, person coming along with the answer to all your prayers, because chances are it ain't going to help. And then the outcome card, you've got the Fool, but the Fool is reversed, right? Now, this isn't saying that you are going to end up foolish. It's perhaps talking about there may well be a time coming up very, very soon where you need to completely do a reset, right? You need to hit that great big reset button and look again at the various aspects of your life, particularly with this Nightmare card being in your obstacle, right? Is it worth it? Whatever this is, whatever it is that you are uncertain of, whatever it is that you're overconfident about, all of this stuff going on, perhaps with finances and everything else, is it worth it in the long run? What can you reset? What are you able to reset and restart and look at completely differently as you go into 2025, or even as you go into the last couple of weeks of 2024? Because the Fool is not a foolish card. It's about a reset. And you can see that this Fool starts off this journey. It's the 0 card in the deck, so it's neither positive nor negative. It is the 0 card. It's the start and ultimately the end of the major arcana. It literally goes full cycle, goes to the world where the world is shaped like a giant 0, right? So it's literally you step through the world into that new life, and you start again at zero. Everything starts with the fall. Okay. It's not about being foolish. It's not about making errors or comedy or any of that stuff. It's all about starting afresh. Think of a newborn baby. Think of a newborn puppy, anything like that. Puppies are good, right? Because puppies, you have to teach them. I mean, you do have to with babies as well, but it takes a much longer process. So think about a puppy or a kitten, right? You've got to teach them how, you've got to wean them. You've got to teach them how to use litter trays and how to, you know, for puppies, how to give paw, how to give treats, all of that. You've got so much that you need to do, right? The thing about this Fool card, though, because it is reversed, it's saying to me that there is something here that you are going to struggle to reset, right? Whether that is spending, whether that is fretting, there is something here that even though you know you need a complete 180 in your life, there is something here that you are going to struggle to reset. But it's what you need to do, my darling. Okay. And maybe not listening to all these gurus, not seeking external answers and going with your own gut instincts and going with what feels right for you in the moment and also in planning, because this isn't about just throwing away any future planning or anything at all. This is really about honing down what is important to you. How are you going to get to those goals? How are you going to manifest that? How are you going to make real the things that you want? That takes planning, right? We're not talking about throwing plans out the window or anything else with this reset. It's just about a different mindset. How do you go about getting to the places you want to be and not having all of this sort of negative financial impact here, this worrying over nothing, this element here about the sleepless nights and the fretting non-stop? How do we reset that? And that's what you need to be looking at, my darling. Okay. So before the end of 2025, that needs to be where you focus your attention. How can you make significant changes in your life that are for the better, that are for the positive, that are going to help you sleep better and help you stop fretting? What are those things that you need to change? And how are you going to focus on those and keep that positive vibe going? That's what you need to look at. I hope that helps, my darling, without listening to everybody and everybody's uncle, because they've all got a different idea of how you do it. I hope that helps. Thank you ever so much for your question, my darling. And yeah, I as I say, thank you very much for your question, and thank you very much for your very kind donation. Right then, I think we've got time for maybe one more round. So let me have a look. Let's go into the live chat. That one? Yay. Right, let me have a look. Let me have a look. Oh gosh. Right. So then, yes, it was a Sheldon quote. Yay. You can't work. Wish you could have done a certain job. Okay. You do always wish about your dream home. Wishes won't get you anywhere, my darling. You do have bad sleep due to pain. It's not just about due to pain, my darling, is it? It's fretting. You're fretting about things. It's not just due to pain. You lost your dream home, but you love your poxy council flat. Your council flat is lovely. I was about to say it's your sanctuary. Absolutely. Your council flat is absolutely lovely. It's you. It smacks of you, Patricia. I mean, Jesus. If our spaces smack of us, then probably this is about, this is as chaotic as my life is. You definitely do put up a front. Yep, you do. You're saying is you're alive. That's the main thing. Nope. That's not the main thing. It's the start. Nope. Yep, exactly. Too true. Yeah, I do freeze. I know when it freezes, trust me, because it comes, everything stops on my end. I get a blank screen. You don't ask people what to do. You're a tough nut and do things your way. But you're bad for that. Sometimes you do need to ask for advice, and there's no problem asking for advice. The problem is following it blindly, right? That's the problem, my darling. With that Hierophant, again, Ask for advice, seek advice from people you respect and that you trust and that know what you're going through, whatever that is. Seek advice from those people. Then make up your own mind as to whether or not you're going to take that advice, because you don't have to, right? Even if it's paid advice, even if you are paying a financial advisor, you don't have to take their advice. Your life is in your hands, right? Just remember that, my darling. Take each day as it comes. Oh yeah, thank you, Patricia. We're going to take off the super chats. No more super chats, please, everybody. We cannot refund them, so don't send them unless you want me to just have some free money. I mean, you can send me free money. That's absolutely fine. I don't mind. It could be maybe that there is 3 of you in the family that are disabled, and one of them had cancer, so it could be as you do worry about all your family. Very much so, my darling. But listen, you need to reset, right? You need to reset. I don't know why I'm so far over here today, but you need to reset. You absolutely. I don't know. Also, why does my hair keep doing that? I keep putting it into position and then it keeps fluffing itself out. Anyway, it doesn't matter. You need to reset, my darling. That's what you need to do. Take the new year as a sign. Oh, look, I keep doing that and it keeps moving the camera. Take the new year as an absolute sign, my darling, right? That this is a sign for you to reset your life. You can reset. It is absolutely doable to reset. You just need to decide that that is what you're going to do. Right? And then you make changes. And you make changes with a different mindset. Yeah, absolutely. Very good advice. I don't know where you are in the country, but as Patricia says, or in the world rather, Citizens Advice Bureau in the UK, see if they can help or advise you on maybe volunteer service, which may take the load for you. Absolutely, my darling. There are all sorts of things that, all sorts of organizations that can help. You just need to reach out for them. Okay. That is something that, again, practical advice from Patricia there. That's why we call her Granny Witch. She is absolutely a go-to, what is it? A source of all evil. No, a source of a fountain of knowledge. There you go. That's what my brain was trying to say. No, me too, my darling. Right then, should we do another reading? You know what? I'm going to err on the side of the mods tonight, and I'm going to say no more readings for tonight, everybody. No more readings for tonight, please. I'm going to end a couple of minutes early, but I am going to say, everyone, we've got I am down to do the Christmas Eve live stream, so I will be doing that on Christmas Eve and on New Year's Eve. I'll be doing readings on both of those. Now, I am thinking that maybe New Year's Eve may well involve an adult libation or two. Maybe we'll do some tipsy tarot for once on New Year's Eve and see you in the new year together. That might be a really cool thing to do. I probably won't do a tipsy tarot for Christmas Eve as well, because I don't really want to be drinking for 2 days. I don't really drink these days, so like half a shandy booze, and I'm likely to be very, very tipsy. Or a Long Island iced tea. Yep, one of those. Bailey's. I was thinking more of a Long Island iced tea because, again, Sheldon. I will be back on Tuesday evening this week coming. That takes us to the 17th. I may well be doing some sort of live stream or something on the 21st for the for the winter solstice, right? I will definitely be filming. I'll definitely be up doing a ritual. May or may not film it for Witchmas, but I'm thinking about doing some sort of maybe an hour's live stream for the winter solstice. But again, make sure your bell is clicked and your settings are changed to all if you want to know more about that at the time. But apart from that, everyone, I am going to finish now because I need to run to the loo And I don't think we're going to get another reading in. How do you reset when you don't know what to reset? Reset everything. Reset everything. So look at your life. Look at what your aims are, what your goals are. How do you achieve them? Look at the things you want to do in life, the big things, the little things. Look at the things that have held you back for this last year. Look at all of those and just decide where you go. Just decide what you're doing. Are you going to, for me, I am having to make some very difficult decisions about my health. Well, I say difficult, they're not difficult. It's very easy. I can't eat sugar anymore. I need to be very mindful of that. I can't blindly pig out the way I have done in the past and binge, because it will result in my losing a foot. Can't do that. Don't want that. So my decision, my reset in terms of NED that I've had for 50 years, well, I'm not even 50, but 48 years, is very simply, I can't do that anymore. Don't really want to lose a foot, thank you very much. So we're not going to do that. That is now no longer a thing that is in my wheelhouse. So I'm resetting it. And it's very difficult, but also it's very simple, because I don't want to lose a foot. So because of that, I'm not going to eat crap, and I'm going to watch the sugars I eat, and I'm going to eat a smaller amount of fruit, and I'm going to do all of these things, because for me, that is important. It also links in with weight loss goals and things like that, and health in general. And for me, that is all about me deciding what is important to me moving forward. And as much as my ADHD brain wants to go off and do a million things, it's me having to really prioritize and think to myself, what are the key things I want for next year? What are the things I'm going to, what do I want to have achieved this time next year? Right? I've got goals. I've got ambitions. There are projects for this channel and beyond, witchesroad.co.uk. There's lots of things I want to do for that. And it's all about deciding to do things differently. And I have decided, not of New Year, but as of a few weeks back, I'm doing things differently. What I've been doing for however many years doesn't really work, so it needed to change. And so that's what I've been doing. And again, it's whatever it is in your life, Sarah, that you want to achieve, right? Whatever it is that you want to move forward with, then you've got to decide that that is your priority and work towards it. It could be the shelves. Could be the shelves. Do the shelves. A wicked garden. Start planting now. I know it's winter. There are plants and things that you can put. You can start putting little seedlings on your windowsill from, okay, maybe not now, but like February onwards. And then you plant them out. Make a written list of what you are not happy with and see what you can change. Do not run away to Ireland, though. That will just create more problems. You know that from experience. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, don't do that. Selfish muss. Absolutely. Absolutely. That's a really good tip as well. That is a really good tip as well. Yeah, we want to hear that story, Patricia. We might have to do it on a one of our Christmas mod only get-togethers. But yeah, absolutely. But for me, I decided not to do New Year's resolutions, right? I decided that, like, why wait till New Year to look after my health when what that would do is give me free reign over Christmas to eat a load of crap and eat a load of sugar. and it'll be, oh wow, it's fine. I'll lose weight after Christmas. No, why add in all this extra sugar now to then have the problems and then have put the issue off of sugar. Oh my god, what's it called? Quickly brain. What's it called when you're addicted to something and you go cold turkey? Well, yeah, going cold turkey, right? All of that. Just reset whatever it is that you're unhappy with your life right now. Whatever it is that is keeping you up, reset and move forward. You've only got one life. Right? Yes, I believe we come back in a different form. I absolutely believe, not in reincarnation as such, but in something like that the universe recycles our energies. I absolutely think that, right? So whether I come back as a cat or a fox or a tree or an amoeba, whatever I come back, a rat and a bacterium, whatever I come back as, right, or human, I believe very firmly that we only really, in this consciousness, in this moment, this is the lessons I have to learn, right? I don't know what the next life holds for me or what I need to learn for that time, but this time round, this is what I need to learn now. And hopefully I'm 50 in a couple of years time, and hopefully I want to live till I'm 80 or 90 or 100, and to do all of that I need to make sure I'm healthy. And that is where I go, oh yeah, let's not eat a load of crap, let's just draw that line and move forward. And that's hopefully what I'm doing. But anyway, I know, right? Lisa on a soapbox yet again. Who would have thunk it? But anyway, thank you everybody for coming. You're going to come back with long legs. My brain immediately went to insecty type thing, like that a lot of people are afraid of. Maybe one that eats its mates, if you get my drift, like one of those big scary black widow spidery things. Sorry, yes, I just realized, yes, I am absolutely 100%. Yeah, sorry, did I say 50, Ed? Sorry, I meant 40. I'm 40 in 2 years time. Dormouse, good evening, Dormouse. You've just nipped in and caught the last bit from what sounds like you're talking about taking control. Absolutely. You made that decision last year. I put me first for once in my life. It feels good, but a challenge. Absolutely. Sometimes we need to do that. And you know, for me, putting myself first means not eating the shit that I was and trying very hard to manage my health. And with that, everybody, I am going to say thank you ever so much for being here tonight. I'll be back on Tuesday. There should be some sort of Witchmas video up tomorrow, all being well. And yeah, I will see you all again on Tuesday evening. But as I always say, stay you, stay true, stay authentic, and I will absolutely catch you on the next one. And as I always say, I'll see you on the next one. I literally just said that. Anyway, see you next time. Bye.